What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are healthy and well. Today we'll be reacting to Australian tourism to the US falls under Trump presidency. Now this video is highly recommended. I'm going to try not to get triggered throughout this video. Let's jump right into this. Original video link will be down below in the description.
Well, good evening and welcome to 10 News Plus. Freedom is just another word, so the song goes, for nothing left to lose. Well, there's a lot of chatter around right now about challenges to freedom. First tonight, the details of the new High Court challenge to the government's social media ban on kids under 16.
Then there are the new hurdles for Australians planning to travel to the United States. Tonight, the godfather of Australian travel, Flight Centre founder Graham Turner, tells us America's plan to demand 5 years of our social media history, plus potentially our DNA, will simply drive Australians away.
Yeah, they have been saying that, right? Like at the borders and stuff. And, you know, they've been swapping out the TSA at the airports for ICE now. I'm like, huh? Literally taking your position. Imagine you a TSA worker and you are training an ICE worker to take your position. An ICE agent specifically for the airport. I didn't even know they could do that. Like I didn't even know ICE could like do that. They could have people specifically for certain things. I thought it was more so like you go out and about. Now they're working at airports and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. But we need your fingerprint at the borders. We could go through your phone if we want. You know, we suspect something. We get to go through your photos, your bank information. It don't matter what it is, bro. They're going through it. They're looking at your social security and everything, bro. Violating your privacy. Like it ain't like you ain't human. Straight up. And a lot of people ain't messing with that. It's not only Australia. People that be traveling across the border, Canada, how you think they feel? You know, Mexico, how you think they feel? We got people coming from within the countries of Europe. They like, man, I don't even want to go there, bro. I don't got time to deal with that. We got Americans that are scared to even travel out their country because of the fact that, you know, we can enjoy the vacation, but when we get back, they go pull us in the office. As soon as we get off that plane, such and such, you was out this country or this or that, they're going to hold you. Yeah, a lot of BS. They even doing it to us, the people of the country. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, you know. I'm trying to duck and dodge, you know. That's why I don't really want to take no trips right now. I feel like this is the worst time for me to try to travel the world. Try to travel the world, bro. I'm not gonna do that to me. No.
Never before.
Whoa, look, get ready to run him over.
In the United States, so-called ICE raids are rounding up people who don't look American, even US citizens, like Iraq War veteran George Retters.
That gotta be the craziest thing, like, what?
In the United States, so-called ICE raids are rounding up people who don't look American.
What am I supposed to look like that? What? What do you mean, don't look American? What do you want me to look like? What does an American look like? Someone tell me what an American looks like. You know? Let me know, please. I don't understand. We know what SpongeBob looks like. We know what Patrick looks like. Go ahead, you know, yellow, pink. What does an American look like? So if you basically look Indian, you look Native American, you look Chinese, Asian, you look anything. Man, if you look anything to the slightest, even if you got it in your blood, your DNA, but you was born and bred in America, you was a citizen, they gonna try to send you back, they gonna try to gather you up. I mean, what? How is that fair? Well, yeah, okay. You know, I'm out in public and they pointing, yeah, he don't look American. What you mean I don't look American? I'm running. What you mean I don't look American? I'm sitting there saying that while I'm right. What you mean I don't look American? I'm American. Nah, bro. And then they still gonna tackle you and get you, even if you show proof or if you yelling it. They don't care. They gonna take you in and then let their boss tell them. Let them uncover it, even though you was telling them. And they gonna let you go. I'm like, yo, that's foul, bro. And that's an ego too. That's foul.
ICE raids are rounding up people who don't look American, even US citizens, like Iraq War veteran George Retters.
Agents smashed my window, pepper sprayed me, dragged me out, and knelt on my neck and back. Agents never checked my ID. They detained me for 3 days. no phone call, no lawyer, not even a shower to wash off the pepper spray.
But then there are those, and there are many in America, who say the Albanese government's social media ban on kids under 16 is a breach of fundamental freedoms, not just for Australian kids, but for everyone on the internet.
Today we change lives for the better.
Reddit today formally filed its High Court challenge to the social media age ban, claiming the law is invalid because it infringes Australia's implied constitutional freedom of political communication. And if that fails, seeking a specific get-out for Reddit on the basis that it is not a social media platform under the meaning of the Act. Reddit says it is a forum primarily for adults. Users under 16 are not a substantial market.
Anytime I go on Reddit, it's literally like a bunch of adult conversation, you know? People educating you, talking about real life scenarios and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not really like a kid type of thing, you know? If there's any 16-year-olds and unders on Reddit, then they must be a little excel for their age. That means the information that they are actually looking up or into is actually credible. It's like, oh, okay, you on a different level. You know what I'm saying? It's not like your average TikTok post, you know? All that dancing, man. All that dancing. You ain't learning nothing, bro. I'm tired of that. That's why I don't even got the app. Don't get me started on TikTok. Don't get me started. I just blew my eardrum. Don't get me started. I just blew my eardrum. Don't get me started on TikTok, bro. Be doing all that dancing stuff. Talk about some, you know, I'm not even.
Primarily for adults. Users under 16 are not a substantial market segment for Reddit, the platform said in a post on Reddit, and we don't intend them to be. Reddit says while child safety measures are crucial to a healthier internet, this law is missing the mark on actually protecting young people online. And what about the Trump administration's new move to protect Americans from the wrong kind of Australian? Proposed infringements on the freedom and right to privacy for Australians hoping to travel to the US will include biometric data, including potentially DNA, a demand for personal details of family members who are not even traveling.
Yeah, talk about some. Why are you traveling to my country? Because I think it's nice. What do you mean? What am I traveling here for? It's nice. Damn, bro. I swear I don't. Oh, they gonna detain me so fast, bro. They gonna detain me so fast, and then y'all not gonna get no videos for a couple of days, bro. Y'all not even gonna hear about me. I'll be lost in the system for who knows how long. You know, because I done flipped out on a ICE agent or something at one of the checkpoints. Because I done flipped out, I done lost my cool, man. Talk about why you visiting here. Let me see photos. Do you have family here? Show me proof of identification, if they even ask that. Like, show me proof of residency. Why do you want to travel here? Show me proof that you want to travel and you have a good reason. I seriously think, I know they would detain me. They, sir, step out the car. And then I'm not abided. See, now I'm not abided. Step out the car, sir. Now I'm not. No. Now they got to pull me out. It'd be a whole situation, bro, because that'll really get me worked up. You to ask me stupid questions like that. Oh, why you want to visit? Why you want to visit? Why you want to work the job? You know, let me ask you questions then.
Hey, a demand for personal details of
you got me
family
showing you
members who
pictures
are
of
not
my
even
family,
traveling,
bro.
And a 5-year search of all the travellers' social media accounts.
Donald Trump's mad as a cut snake, but is there any method in his madness? And what we've seen with Donald Trump, generally his bark's worse than his bite, and I hope that's true this time with his social media.
The godfather of the Australian travel industry, Flight Centre founder Graham Turner, says the short-term effect will likely be an even steeper fall in Australians travelling to the US.
Even countries that aren't democratic don't have these sort of measures. Things like this just won't help travel of Australian tourists into the States, and I think it's there's plenty of alternatives. There's plenty of really interesting, great destinations to go other than the United States of America.
Over the past year, Australian visits to the US have fallen 6.4%, while travel elsewhere is up 6.9%.
Yeah.
And that fall-off to the States is accelerating.
It just shows you that America is the country that's missing out on this. because people do have choices. There's a lot of really good choices for people to go on their holidays.
There's a lot of good choices, and they were still choosing the States. That's what I'll be saying. These people was really like ride or die, being nice. They was down for us. Traveling to our country, knowing that their country was probably more beautiful. You know? Knowing they probably could have went to another country that was probably better. And we lost it. We're losing it all, man. Little by little. And I don't know if this would ever turn around. Please, guys, share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. How do you feel about this? Honest thoughts and experiences as well. If you have been traveling, man, you bold. And you have been going across the borders, via vehicle or maybe an airport, train. What is it like? And how are they treating you? This goes for my Americans and Australians and anybody else, coming from another country abroad watching this video. This is why I love YouTube, because you can stay updated and educated, I love catching up on content like this. There's a lot going on around the world, and, we got a lot of people in the U.S. walking around blinded. I want to go to Miami. I want to go to Mexico. Do you even know what's going on around the world? Huh? Why we got people who talk about they want to go to crazy, but I want to go travel Europe. Do you even know what's going on right now in the country? I got Americans talking about they want to go to Canada, this and that, but they have no idea like what's going on. I want to go to Australia, but they have no idea what's really going on, And I'm not telling people not to visit your country, but I'm telling people it's the fact that they're so blinded and clueless to the fact of what's going on, within checkpoints, should I say borders, TSA. They're clueless. Then when they get there in person, I don't know what happened or what's going on. You got to educate yourself before you go out there and abroad. Because it seems that even when you come back, Americans, you could get detained as well. You heard it throughout the video. Man, you served how you serve for the country. And they violate you, bro. That's what I be saying. Like that brings tears to my eyes, for real. That brings tears to my eyes. Especially seeing like war veterans and stuff hold their temper and really hold their composure and get, allow themselves to be treated that way. Knowing, probably knowing that they could probably take out a few people or get them to back up off him, or they probably can't get him to the ground that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be really playing with these war veterans and stuff. I don't understand. Like, that's the last person I'm trying to walk up on. Ooh, you don't know what, like, I don't know. And it's no respect at the end of the day, no respect. And it blows my mind. And this is nothing but the truth, And I'm speaking about stuff that's been shown, shown throughout the world, stuff that's been going on that people knew about, stuff that we are seeing in our everyday lives and on social media, What I'm talking about is nothing new. Everybody knows about this and stuff. But this is for my people who really don't know. It's getting crazy, man, It's getting crazy. And a lot of people is out traveling this and that when you really should be saving, because this economy has been going down. The last thing you want to do is be wasting your dollars right now when you don't know what could be going on. We got Americans actually transitioning out of the United States, moving to other countries. So rather than taking trips, they like, yo, we got to just pack our bags and go. They talk about they pack a few bags. I've heard stories. We packed a few bags. They left game consoles, everything, TV, all that. We leaving it all in the car, all that. Yeah, they packed a few bags and dipped. Got up out of here. Insurance covered it. Reimbursed. I don't even know how that all worked out. They settled it and they live it comfortably in another country. And that's what a lot of Americans been doing. We've been losing our own people, man. We've been kicking foreigners out of our country. And Americans. People from around the world don't want to visit our country. And we got Americans that are moving out of our country. And to top it off, our relationships, business-wise, trading-wise with other countries is shaky with certain countries and stuff right now. We're trying to figure out, after the few losses we have taken, should I say, business-wise with other countries, trading-wise with other countries and everything. Please share your honest thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Include what's on your mind, man. I read all comments. Include what's on your mind, please. I love you all so much. Original video link will be down below in the description. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. And I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.